www.megacorp1.com. Let's run host against this host name. Now, let's see if megacorp1.com has a server with the host name I don't exist. First, we queried a valid host name and received an IP resolution response. By contrast, our second query returned an NX domain error, indicating that a public DNS record does not exist for that host name. Now that we understand how to search for valid host names, we can automate our efforts. Forward lookup brute force. Brute force is a trial and error technique that seeks to find valid information, including directories on a web server, username and password combinations, or in this case, valid DNS records. By using a word list that contains common host names, we can attempt to guess DNS records and check the response for valid host names. In the examples so far, we used forward lookups, which request the IP address of a host name to query both a valid and an invalid host name. If host successfully resolves a name to an IP, this could be an indication of a functional server. We can automate the forward DNS lookup of common host names using the host command in a bash one-liner. We will use this short list of potential host names for demonstration purposes. Our one-liner will loop through our list and attempt to resolve each host name. With this simplified word list, we discovered entries for www, mail, and router. The host names FTP, OWA, and proxy, however, were not found. Much more comprehensive word lists are available as part of the SecLists project, which can be installed with apt. Reverse lookup brute force. Our DNS forward brute force enumeration revealed a set of scattered IP addresses in the same approximate range. If the DNS administrator of megacorp1.com configured PTR records for the domain, we could scan the approximate range with reverse lookups to request the host name for each IP. Let's use a loop to scan IP addresses 50 through 100. We'll use grep-v to filter out invalid results by showing only entries that do not contain the not found message. We've successfully managed to resolve a number of IP addresses to valid hosts using reverse DNS lookups. If we were performing an assessment, we could further extrapolate these results and might scan for mail 1, mail 3, etc., and reverse lookup positive results. The point is that these type of scans are often cyclical. We expand our search based on any information
So we move forward. Where is this?
DNS zone transfers. A zone transfer is basically a database replication between related DNS servers in which the zone file is copied from a master DNS server to a slave server. The zone file contains a list of all the DNS names configured for that zone. Zone transfers should only be allowed to authorized slave DNS servers, but many administrators misconfigure their DNS servers, and in these cases, anyone asking for a copy of the DNS server's zone will usually receive one. This is equivalent to handing a hacker the corporate network layout on a silver platter. All the names, addresses, and functionality of the servers can be exposed to prying eyes. A successful zone transfer does not directly result in a network breach, although it does facilitate the process. The host command can be used to perform a zone transfer with the -L option, followed by the domain name and a DNS server. Let's begin by finding the DNS servers for megacorp1.com. This domain has 3 DNS servers, NS1, NS2, and NS3. Let's try a zone transfer against each one. We'll use host-L to attempt the zone transfers. Unfortunately, it looks like the first name server, NS1, does not allow zone transfers, so our attempt has failed. Let's try the same steps using the second name server, NS2. This server does allow zone transfers and provides a full dump of the zone file for the megacorp1.com domain. It delivers a convenient list of IP addresses and corresponding DNS host names. The megacorp1.com domain has very few DNS servers to check. However, some larger organizations might host many DNS servers, or we might want to attempt zone transfer requests against all the DNS servers in a given domain. Bash scripting can help with this task. To attempt a zone transfer with the host command, we need 2 parameters, a name server address and a domain name. We can get a clean list of the name servers for a given domain with the host command, piping the results into cut. Taking this a step further, we can write a bash script to automate the process of identifying the relevant name servers and attempting a zone transfer from each. Our script will identify the name servers for the given domain and attempt a zone transfer against each one of them. Let's make the script executable and run it against megacorp1.com. Great. Just a few lines in a script has automated our
It hangs. Looks like it hangs. It's trying to tell us.
task.
Well, you can stop there. So you have a lot of commands, huh?